Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a get ready with me, playing with some new makeup, new to me mostly, but I did happen to stop at the Gucci counter that just launched at Nordstrom where I live and had a little fun, picked up a few goodies. So we're going to be using a little Gucci combination that the Gucci makeup artist used on me. I've got some of the products that she put on my face. So I've got a complexion duo as well as a fun blush from Gucci. I'm also going to create a simple eye inspired by this Jenni Kayne sea foam sweater. I could not resist this spring color. So we're going to have a little bit of fun today playing with some new to me makeup that is inspired by this sea foam color. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I am back and we are going to play with some new makeup and some that is just new to me. I have been on a roll. There's so much fun makeup to try right now, and I stopped at the Gucci counter at Nordstrom. They just opened up like an actual Gucci counter there at my Nordstrom, and I had a little fun sitting down with one of the artists, so I'm gonna show you a couple of the things that they used on me that I ended up picking up. And part of the theme of this get ready with me is I'm going to try to do something to play up the sea foam color. I could not resist this sweater from Jenni Kayne. This is the Amelia Cashmere sweater. I have this in the sand color as well as the gray color. It's literally like one of my favorite styles from them. It's just like the ultimate soft, cozy sweater. And then when I saw this sea foam color, I was like, I'm gonna have to get it. And I think it works perfectly with my Katy Bay earrings. So we're gonna have a little fun creating a look inspired by this sweater. It is the best color ever. I absolutely love this cozy sweater. I did pick this up in an extra small. It is an oversized sweater. I think this is going to be a great transitional piece. I'm actually wearing this with some white denim today because despite the weather here, I'm just all about the spring vibes and I am a wee bit obsessed with this color. So we're going to start with my foundation base, and what they actually used on me at the counter was the Gucci. This is the Silk Priming serum, and she put this on my face first, and then she only used the multi-use long wear concealer buildable coverage. That is what she had on her face herself, and she was glowing and looked gorgeous, and she said honestly this is a very high coverage concealer and it works great as your overall foundation. So I was like, okay, let's get matched and let's do this combination. And as always, the packaging of the Gucci makeup is just so darn cute. I absolutely love it, but I actually think their makeup is pretty darn good too. So I'm going to start with this Silk Primer, and she took like, I think 2 or 3 pumps, and she put this all over my face. And this does have a light scent to it, so just want to give you a heads up. It smells good, but it does have some fragrance in it. This primer creates a luminous finish, visibly evens tone, and visibly plumps the skin while creating a soft glow effect. This contains squalene that's going to help replenish the moisture barrier. It has powder technology that's going to impart an elegant, silky texture for better blendability and a natural finish. and elastomer technology that's going to provide a soft focus effect. Okay, that just sunk right into my skin, and it makes your skin feel very hydrated, very silky. I don't feel like it's too glowy or anything like that. Okay, that was funny. The primer is so silky that I was having trouble opening up the cap because my hand is so silky. So I'm going to quickly prep my lips here. I'm using my Sarah Creel, the Adults Are Talking Lip Serum Balm in Clarity. Love, love, love. Cannot recommend that enough. Okay, so I was matched to 26C. And since she was using this color not only underneath my eyes, but also on my skin, she was like, this will be the perfect color for you. And 26C is described as fair medium with cool undertones. And I will tell you, Gucci has a very extensive range of shades, so there's going to be something for everyone. I think part of the reason I don't own this yet was I was trying to pick colors online. I kind of got confused, so it was really nice to be able to go to the counter. But if you are my skin twin, we were playing with some different shades, and this one worked the best. And the way that she applied it was, we'll start underneath the eyes with just a couple dots here, and she uses a brush to fan it out. This is a more high coverage concealer, so she was telling me a little goes a long way. I'm going to be using my Nikki La Rose number 14. I believe this is the concealer one. Maybe this is a little bigger than that, but I love Nikki's brushes here. And basically, I am going to fan that out underneath the eyes here. And what I liked about this is the cool tone actually has kind of a peachy pink undertone to it, and it kind of color corrects. I'm like, maybe I use her number 15. Maybe that's the one I normally use. Anyways, both of these brushes are going to work well for spot correcting. And then I'm going to come up here, and she just kind of dotted some of the concealer on my face and then blended it in. She said less is more, so I may be putting on too much, but let's start there. I'm going to actually go in with the number 14. This one's a little bit bigger here, and I'm going to blend this into the skin. This concealer is a full coverage, long wearing, natural finish concealer that is going to brighten the complexion with lasting medium to full coverage. It includes black rose oil and hyaluronic acid that will leave your skin feeling hydrated and comfortable all day. Camellia flower, which will smooth out the appearance of skin in the under eye area, and film formers that's going to provide a skin blurring effect, give you a natural looking glow and coverage that stays in place. Okay, so this is what this combo looks like on the skin. And what I liked about this combination is that if you were to come up close to me, this looks like skin, but I do feel like you get this very kind of blurring effect, and it wears beautifully throughout the day. So this is not going to give you like this super glowy finish. To me, this is more like a nice kind of natural leaning, maybe satin finish. But I feel like this combination is going going to be so good as we're coming into spring and summer, or if you're going someplace that is more humid. For some reason, it doesn't feel drying at all, but it just feels like a little more velvety, and it is just super long wearing. She was saying that this concealer is kind of known for being so long wearing, and I sometimes feel like the higher coverage kind of emphasizes my wrinkles. But I will tell you, so far this combination, it could be because I am using this hydrating silk primer, but I find that it works really well. And then they ended up using the Gucci bronzer on me. I already own this and love it, and I have this in the shade 2, which I just think is so beautiful. I'm gonna bronze up the skin here, kind of starting in that hairline, coming over here, across the bridge of my nose. Okay, a little warmth on the skin here, and then I am gonna go ahead and put a little bit of bronzer in my crease here. We're doing kind of an easy, simple eye, but I just want to go ahead, kind of tie the face together. Okay, still absolutely love that bronzer. And then they popped on the shade 4. I believe this is Bright Coral. So we're going to put a little bit of this coral shade on. Give my skin some life here. Okay, we got a little bit of warmth on the face, faking a little tan here. And when I bought this sweater, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna pull out my Victoria Beckham Satin Cajal eyeliner in Surfside, which is just such a beautiful, it's almost like a teal blue. Is that just so gorgeous? So I immediately knew that I wanted to play with that, but I am going to add just a little bit of a sheen on my eyes with the Armani eye tint in Sparkle, and I just want to add just a little bit of lightness. I've already put in that bronzer, and the surf side is going to kind of be the star of the show here. So I just am going to be taking a little bit of that. I have been loving these little Armani eye tints for really easy everyday eyes because they add just enough oomph on the eyes, but like they take 2 seconds. It's just so easy. And I want to add just a little bit of luminosity on to the eyes, and then don't worry, we're gonna pop them with this Surfside eyeliner. Okay, so I am going to kind of wiggle that up on the upper lash line here. It is such a beautiful color. I love it so much. So I'm trying to keep it a little closer. There'll be some natural migration. Down to the bottom because I have more mature eyes here. Such a beautiful color. So I'm going to come in with the sponge. I'm just going to soften it a bit. And again, this is one of the more intense colors here, but once it sets, it is gonna set and stay in place. Okay, we've popped on that surf side, and then I'm going to use my Gucci mascara. This is actually a really great mascara, and I absolutely love their brow pencils. So those are two other Gucci makeup products that I love. And I'm just gonna pop this mascara on. And real quick, I just got a notification that 22 in the Armani eye tints, I believe this is called CASHEW, is back in stock. So this one is like the best color ever, and it's always sold out. I was able to find one at the Sephora, and I'm just excited because I don't like to use things on camera that you can't get, like haha, I get to have it but you don't. So if you have been waiting for CASHEW to come back in stock, I just got a notification from Sephora, so I am going to add, besides the bronzer, I'm just going to add a little bit of that CASHEW because it is like the perfect little matte kind of eyeshadow here. So I was going to use that on my eyes initially along with Sparkle. That's kind of been my go-to eye. But since it was out of stock, I didn't do that. So I'm just going to add a little depth there and hope that that is true, that it is still in stock. But it is just the perfect little soft kind of brown shade, and it's just an easy one and done eye. Okay, we've got a little pop on the eyes. Then I'm going to keep the lips kind of nice and nude. I am using the Sarah Creel. This is Intuition. This is this beautiful vanilla beige shade here. And this one is just a beautiful sheer vanilla shimmer. It's kind of like Your Lips but better. It has that little bit of shimmer in there, so it's going to add a little bit of that fun to the overall look. And then as far as perfume of the day, I was trying to think about any perfume that reminds me sort of like being at the beach that may have a little like sea foam element to it, and I ended up pulling out my Jo Malone. This is the Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt perfume. This is a repeat purchase item. I just love this for like an easy everyday scent. I also love this one to layer with any of your perfumes. This is just an easy, fresh, aquatic scent. It's got a little bit of that salty bite, so it's kind of reminding me as being on the beach. It's definitely an aromatic scent. It has ambrette seed in here, that sea salt, as well as sage. I love this one so much. It's definitely in that freshy kind of camp, but it is unique, and I think what I like about this fragrance is that it is sophisticated. It's one of those kind of clean, everyday aesthetic scents, but there is a little bit of liveliness and fun to it as well. So it is just like a very awesome, fresh, aquatic scent. I love that little touch of sea salt in here because it does kind of transport me to like walking on the beach, kind of having my hair blown away by the wind. I'm getting that little bit of sea air just kind of enveloping me. So I just kind of thought that would be the perfect ending to this overall look that's inspired by this sweater from Jenni Kayne. And real quick, I will go ahead and use this new Kosas Cloud set, and we'll just set everything really quick. I have been enjoying this setting spray. It's definitely kind of a hydrating and smoothing little setting spray. So kind of liking that aspect of it. So now this is my final look of the day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be back with another one soon.